Hey everybody, welcome to the Sixth War in this Season 2 of Alliance War. This time I'm bringing in the Trinity again. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and we're on a win streak that we don't want to lose. So let's get started. I actually got a path switch this war. Officers Wine, Jeezy, and Pita came up with a new strategy for myself and Murar on path 24, where I'm going to join a little late and wait as backup for node 24. He's probably going to get it every time, no problem, but just in case, I'm going to be there. And then when I get in, because path 5 is sort of no linked nodes, I'll just take path 5 straight up the middle, which has some pretty interesting fights. So I'll be have to be very careful. The first one's versus Blade. And I was a little confused on this. 4-star Blade, sure. I guess it was for diversity. I feel like if you're going to place a Blade, it might as well be a 455, seeing as literally everybody has one. But yeah, this Blade is not an issue for me. I'm just playing it safe with the parries. And then I bait out a special 2, which I knew would kill him, because that 4-star does not stand a chance. Anyway, sometimes you just don't have any better defenders. I have a 4-star in my defense at the moment, and I don't think he's been getting any kills. This is a 6-star Mystic Champion. I couldn't remember all the Mystic Champions, but I knew that they weren't a big deal. I was expecting, I think they're like Loki, Jane Foster, and it turns out this one's a Jane Foster, which, let's be honest here. There's a lot of health on this girl. So this is a heal block. So a few of these nodes are heal block, which is pretty interesting. I want to have a real long think about what kind of defenders would do well here. I have some ideas, but I don't want to say them just yet. But anyway, that's why I build up a few poise charges before going in here, and I do this power drain. She's got Mystic Dispersion, I think. So I have to be a little careful, if she does get that L3 on me, it's going to shock for a lot of damage, but just your standard gameplay there, and I'm able to get the 6-star down. Moving on to the first fun fight of the war. This is a masochism. This is different. It's like the opposite of buffet. Every time you put a debuff on the enemy, they heal. But I don't think it's enhanced regeneration like the buffet is. So it's very manageable. It's mostly parry that you're going to be putting on him, and in Stark Enhanced Spider-Man's case, sometimes taunt. But I'm going to build up poise charges first, and it ends up being this classic Ultron, and I do think that's a 455. I mean, I don't think you'd awaken your Ultron unless he was 455, so I'm assuming this is a 455 Ultron right here. And he's got some sort of, I don't know, is that shock immunity? I'm not even sure. Maybe that's why they're putting Ultron in here, because Sparky can't shock him. But I don't know if you guys see that buff, that shield buff in the top right corner. It looks like an immunity buff, like poison or bleed, but it looks to me like maybe a shock debuff immune node. So anyway, it's he's healing sometimes, but I'm being extremely cautious. He actually got a dexterity off on me. I want to trigger his evade one more time before I we'll see if he's shock immune, won't we? He's not shock immune, so I'm not sure what that debuff is. Somebody will tell me in the comments, I'm sure. That Ultron does go down, and it's not that big of a deal. But it was a good fight, It was a good fight. He definitely got some chip damage on me, that's for sure. And I'm looking up at another 5-star duped, get some lag there in the game, duped tech champion from this team ASGRD here. And look at that, he's got a 455 Ultron. I'm just like, what the hell, guys? You're putting 2 Ultrons here? I thought maybe this was maybe it's a fake out, because this guy's got the Ultron in his profile. So maybe he's, I'm going to bring in Sparky, but it's actually going to be, I don't know who else would be on there. Who else would be a crafty tech champion to put down? Maybe a Green Goblin, I don't know, but I'll just spoil it now. It's Ultron again. So I was confused. I suppose diversity does not take precedence over some of these decent defenders. 455 Ultron is a very good defender. He does catch people up every once in a while, and if he hits you and you get that poison on you, you're in trouble. So I can't blame them for placing a few duplicates, especially when they have the rosters to do so. But I think I've been starting to say in my alliance chat, and I think this is probably a good practice, that it's probably not a good idea to place a duplicate unless you'd be comfortable placing that duplicate as the boss node in your group. I don't even think a mini boss counts. So I got tagged there by a poison. You can see it ticking for so much, and yeah, it was not a good look for me. I did get evaded, and I was very nervous, but I was able to get that special 2 off, got 3 shocks, and because he's a robot, it does extra damage. And yeah, I survived somehow, some way. Sparky survives to fight another day. So this is a long path for me. So now Murar probably shouldn't have tried for that Juggernaut there. He has a Void. I think he tried it on, or maybe no. Who did he use? I'm not sure who he tried on this Power Shield one. But with a Juggernaut, you definitely want to bring in a blade, a Danger Sense blade. And I've started to experiment with Power Shield in this way, where I do a lot of parries and build my own power up without hitting them. And it's a way for me to generate power, bleed them out a little bit before, and then I can launch a special 2 without ever having to dodge his special or do unstoppable. So that's really good for champions on this node that are susceptible to bleed. It won't work on Morningstar, obviously. Hate Morningstar on that node, but you know, can't win them all. So 4-star Science Champ. I've seen a Void on this node before, and I was thinking it was going to be a Void again. And yeah, I got lucky that it was a Void because I do have Danger Sense. Unfortunately, Danger Sense didn't bust that poison off of me, but luckily it is only a 4-star, and I'm going to be able to do this. You know, I'm not worried about the clock. I'm trying not to look at my hit points, because that is what makes you nervous, is looking at your hit points. So I blocked that. You'll notice I'm learning. I blocked that because I had the evasion debuff on me, which means dexterity may fail. And so yeah, I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. I'm getting better at this game. So far no deaths. I'm ecstatic. I'm over the moon. I was gonna heal for the Mordo right there, but somebody, I think my alliance mate Harry, came in and just wrecked the Mordo. And then I think somebody said in the alliance chat, who's feeling confident? And I wasn't actually feeling confident, but nobody volunteered for Medusa, and I kind of just said something. I think I remember saying something like, "I'll do it if you want. I'll give it another go," but I wasn't I don't know. You can't always be confident. The first time I did Medusa, I had a couple drinks beforehand, and I was feeling real good, right, real light on my feet, you know. This time I was like kind of at work, actually, I think, and I wasn't feeling as good. But I decided to boost up to the teeth, got that tech special boost, and got timed out of the fight screen, so I had to go back in, and I'm definitely putting on another boost. I can't remember which of these Alliance War boosts I use, but I do have a good reason, and I want to explain it. The invulnerability boost is great, but I think I prefer, yes, that one that says 5/5. I think that's the one I use, yeah. The advanced power boost. And the reason is because what it does is it gives you like OG vision control. You get control at the very start of the fight. Oh, and look at this. The Medusa has suicides on. Now, let's keep track of how many specials she uses, because I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to take away my glory here. I did pretty good here. So let's just watch me go through this fight. It feels very similar to the first fight. I'm just building up poise charges. I hit her. I get some distance at the beginning of the fight, but now I'm back on my heals, you know, because she's got the living strands, but now it's off again. So that's one special attack. So she got 1 recoil. 5% of her health was taken there. And I do get that interesting little intercept there. Those are always very risky. But you know, it worked out for me. And so I'm building up to my own special too. I was going to mess up there, and I flicked my finger down for the special to save my butt. And luckily I had that power, you know, that special to attack in my bag of tricks, you know. And look at that, didn't evade any of those. What's that? Oh, that's a true strike. Sorry, I forgot about that. So now I'm just up against the wall, typical Medusa stuff. I decide to try and trigger an auto block. It doesn't work. I think that's 2 specials she's used so far, so that's 10% of her total health that's been used, killed by recoil, and my heavy attacks do it. Get that kill, guys. That's 2 Medusas in a row. I couldn't believe it. I was very happy. My boosts are definitely taking a hit. I'm using a lot of boosts, but hey, you cannot be upset with 2 Medusa solos in a row. Yeah, very, very, very happy about that. 10%. I can only take 90% credit for that because of the suicide masteries, but hey, 90%'s it's more than nothing. And we did end up winning the war, as you can see here on this screen. We go up to 5-0 and 1. So 5 wins, 0 losses, 1 tie. Man, we are overdue for a loss. We're gonna try not to, though. We're gonna try our hardest not to lose, because you know it is fun. It's fun going on a win streak. So I had to use some potions this war. You saw in the pre-fight screen versus Medusa, I used a few potions and mounted up to 200 units worth of items. My total units for the season go up to 680. My kills and deaths are 7-0, so I go up to 32-5. Pretty happy about that as well. There's my path right there. You can see the new path is pretty straightforward. It's like a straight line, bends off to the right, bends back to the left, and back over to the boss node. So I think the officers are pretty happy with that path, so I think I'll probably be doing that from now on. And so yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think I need to straighten a few of those icons out, but I'll handle that next time. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this war. Definitely happy with those boss fights. I don't know how long that streak can continue. I'm definitely not I'm not the best boss fighter in our group, I don't think. I think we got other guys, but I think maybe I've just been pulling it together, boosting up for real last few wars, and it's paid off. So use your boosts, guys, because they are OP. That's it from me. See you guys in the next video. I'm going to be uploading a very, very short featured crystal opening in either tomorrow or maybe even later in the day. But yeah, have a good one and take care.